Originally released for the PC 98, Sengoku Turb was a doujin RPG developed by Soft Circle Bio 100%. Released as a 3-part shareware package, you control a cat, utilizing awful grid-based, mouse-based movement. When this game came out in the early 90s, the PC 98 was already long obsolete, which is why it's extremely surprising that the better part of a decade later, Sengoku Turb would get a sequel on the then cutting-edge Sega Dreamcast. This is VMU.
Sengoku Turb.
At the time of its release, the Sega Dreamcast was an absolutely futuristic powerhouse, offering visual and audio fidelity never before seen in a home console, integrated netplay, one-to-one arcade parity, a science fiction-looking memory card. It was absolutely dripping with contemporary, trendy Y2K aesthetics, so it's a bit surprising that this undeniably current machine would be home to Sengoku Turb, a game that plays like an early PS1 game and looks like it's from 32X. Featuring characters who consist of like 18 polygons and vast, empty, featureless environments, Sengoku Turb is absolutely a throwback, and perhaps that's deliberate, considering its roots on an ancient Japanese computer, but there is a sort of charm to its simplicity. It evokes the primitive aesthetics of games like Virtua Racing and even Virtua Fighter 1. This simplicity extends to its gameplay. At its heart, this is a real-time strategy game. You play as a blonde woman named Juno, who after crash landing on an alien planet is deemed the savior by the King of the Cats. You lead an elite squad of cat warriors and knights into battle, and fight in real time through literally hundreds of bite-sized battlefields, typically lasting about 3 to 5 minutes each. In addition to commanding your units to attack, defend, or scavenge for items, Juno can engage in combat directly herself. Combat's incredibly basic. You have one attack button. Every weapon has a single attack with no follow-up options or combo ability. You also can't cancel out of these animations, making fighting incredibly stiff, clunky, and inexpressive. This is alleviated somewhat by the incredibly vast and diverse arsenal of weapons the game offers. Everything from standard swords and guns, to gloves on a stick, harps that shoot bullets at irregular wave patterns, nuclear bombs, rocket launchers, giant energy beams, and more. Each one feels different, and they're slowly introduced as you progress, adding a bit of variety to the game as time goes on. This game also features RPG elements. Every character in your army has separate equipment and levels, affecting everything from damage output, how aggressive they are in combat, defense speed, so on and so forth. Naturally, there's a lot of items to collect. This includes typical things like food to restore life, weapons, but there's also alcohol, which affects your drunken statistic. That's the quantification of how drunk you are. Being drunk makes a character more reckless in battle. You know, it's good to get drunk before engaging in armed combat. You can also increase stats with fairies, which you eat alive. This is demonstrated in a cutscene. Just in case you had any doubts as to what Juno is doing with the fairies, she just crams it in her mouth and fucking eats it. Sengoku Turb is clunky, it's slow, repetitive, weird looking, terribly balanced, and overall it's kind of fucking awesome. It feels like a strange hybrid of Pikmin and Dynasty Warriors, but far more basic than either of those games. Despite its many flaws, it's absolutely worth your time simply because of how strange and creative it is. Like, it harkens back to a time before every mainstream title was just this over-bloated, open-world, third-person shooter about a bearded white man with a gun whose wife has died with crafting and skill trees. You know, games like this only could have been created during this era. You know, it's vibrant colors, offbeat aesthetics, it's unconventional gameplay. Everything about Sengoku Turb makes it certified Dreamcast core, baby. This has been Dr. Butler with the VMU, a retrospective on the Sega Dreamcast library, bite-sized reviews for games you've never heard of or played. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like this content, and watch out for the next video. We also have, I stream every Sunday. Someone should clip this and use it as a GIF.
I keep screaming, but God doesn't hear me.
I can't control my blood rage.
Got 2 shows. One is Fighting Game Casuals. We play poverty games you've never heard of.
Yeah!
And the second segment is Still Thinking, where we play more Dreamcast games, so check that out too.
I'm braced.
All the links are in the description, so have a great one, guys.
戦国ターブずるいくらい可愛いキャラが繰り広げるフルポリゴン大合戦シュールで不思議なターブの世界が君を魅了する